Journey Church. Pastor Stephen here. It is Monday, September 7th. Monday, September 7th, Labor Day. Great day. I know a lot of us have today off. Some of you are working. So wherever you're at today, whatever barbecues you have planned, I pray that your day is blessed today. I'm coming to you for our daily word to talk to you about something that has impacted me for the past few years. And that's this reality that vulnerability equals courage. Vulnerability equals courage. Joshua 1:9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." You see, courage can't happen unless we have the opportunity to feel fear. And the reality about being courageous is courage doesn't come from this deep place of strength. It actually comes from a place of vulnerability. And I wanted you to know that courage will always feel like weakness. Why? Because courage means we're being vulnerable. To be courageous means we're stepping into something that we know is going to be challenging, that we have fear, that we're moving past. And then we're opening ourselves up and we're feeling vulnerable. And that vulnerability will always feel like weakness. The stronger I get in the Lord, I still feel weak when I open myself up and I feel vulnerable. I think it's why in Joshua 1:9, God is saying, "Have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous?" Not a suggestion, a command. Why does God need to command us to be strong and courageous? Because our default when we're faced with fear is to give into that fear and not push past. Now here's another text that I love. 2 Corinthians 12 says, "But he said to me," this is 12:9-10, "My grace is sufficient for you." This is Jesus talking to Paul. "For my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong." I do not find myself rejoicing in weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities, which probably means I got a lot of room to grow in my walk with Jesus, as I'm sure you do as well. How do we grow in that? By actually admitting our weaknesses, admitting that we're not sure we can do school this year. We're not sure if we can do all these things. And what I want to encourage you with, and I want to challenge you, that instead of saying we're not sure, let's go to God and let's say, "Lord, I can't do this without you. Lord, without your strength in my life, I'm not going to be able to do this." That's going to feel we're going to feel really weak when we do that. But that vulnerability unlocks courage. It unlocks the power of God, the strength of God in our life. Let's be vulnerable. Let's be vulnerable with our kids today. Let's be vulnerable with our spouses today. Let's be vulnerable with our coworkers today. Now, that doesn't mean we're just telling them everything about our life, but it does mean we're honest. We're honest about our fears. We're honest about the help that we need. And I believe as we do that as a church community, as we do that in our city, I believe the kingdom comes in to where places that we are vulnerable. I think it's why, to go back to Joshua 1:9, God is saying, "Be strong and courageous. Go into this land, Joshua. Take the land. Conquer." And that's going to happen as you're vulnerable. It's going to happen as you step in and you step past fear by the power of God. I think all of us are feeling fear as we step into this new season in the fall. And I want you to know, vulnerability equals courage. So be vulnerable and watch as the power of God comes and helps us in this time. I love you, church. You are greater in the eyes of the Lord than you are in your own.